Hello, everyone. Chelsea here, jumping on a little bit late for Multifaceted. This is episode 26, and this is a very special episode for a few reasons. Partly because Multifaceted, what is going on with my screen? Hopefully, we're we're doing well. It just keeps flickering. Multifaceted, this entire 26-week experience was actually inspired by this incredible woman sitting beside me, Sanja. This is Sanja Rose. And you are my very first guest on Multifaceted.
Yay! Hello, everyone.
Yes, and so this was just a really spontaneous. We're actually about to have a really beautiful conversation within our Lucky Witch program. Many of you may have seen us promoting this on Facebook and Instagram. We have a beautiful conversation coming up tomorrow on Lucky Witch, all about the beginning of the Ophiuchus season. And Sanja is an expert in astrology. And can you give an introduction and just share more about who you are and what you do? And
Absolutely.
we'll dive in.
Absolutely, I will. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this cosmic episode together. I have had the great pleasure of introducing Chelsea to the magic of astrology and also giving her cacao to drink. I think you just got a rose petal in the mouth.
I'm in a different location for those of you who watch Multifaceted. I'm here at Sanja's house, and she just gave me the most beautiful elixir all over my face now.
You're good. You look beautiful. So I've had the divine pleasure of introducing Chelsea to astrology, and we've known each other from the start of the eclipse season in the spring, summer, until now, our winter eclipse season. So for those of you who are aware of the astrology and the eclipses, we're going to be diving into the truth of the astrology and the cosmos right now and all of the magic that it has to bring us. It's something we've been moving through inside of the Lucky Witch container together, which I have led, and Chelsea has been a very big co-leader and part of. And I'm so excited for this conversation. It's going to be so fun.
Thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you to those of you who are watching. If you have any questions about what we're talking about, if you're interested in finding out more about Lucky Witch, definitely let us know in the comments or send us a message. We're going to dive in. Today's a special day. And I would love for you to tell us why, because so as Sanja mentioned, astrology is something that, I've had a very vague knowing of astrology, but for my entire life understood that I was under the Sagittarius sign, and discovered through this beautiful woman that there actually is a sign that we didn't know existed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so special. So we're about to unveil a magical mystery of astrology, and that is that there is a 13th sign. It's been disputed and talked about by astronomers and astrophysicists for a long time that there is a 13th zodiac sign, and there is. It's in the sky. It's been there this whole time. It wasn't missing. It just wasn't accounted for. And I believe that the time is now that we are all learning about this 13th sign. And Chelsea's sun sign, we discovered, actually falls under this 13th sign, which is Ophiuchus or Ophiuchus or Ophiuchus. There's lots of different ways to say it. So much is still being discovered about this archetype because it hasn't been talked about in the general astrology, especially Western astrology here that's popular in the West with the 12 signs and their 30 degrees. Ophiuchus takes into account the fact that the constellations all have different sizes, and it takes in their true size. And when you look at the real true size of the constellations, you can't ignore Ophiuchus because he's a big, mighty, serpent-bearing, burly man in the skies. And right now, today, the sun is literally, it's in his crotch. It's a very special day. Ooh. We've got the sun in the crotch of Ophiuchus. And
that's why today is special.
That's why today is special. It's in his root. It's in his root chakra, or his root energy center. It's right between his legs. And this is important because the Ophiuchus, I also don't think that he has to be a he. I also think of it as a feminine embodiment and as a they embodiment. It's the serpent bearer. It's the master healer. It's the dancer of the stars. It's the healer for healers, which is what Chelsea is and has been to me personally. It's been a beautiful journey that we've had with her comeback magic in my life, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But the magic of Ophiuchus is the ability to dance with the snake, dance with your own rebirth, dance with your own shedding, dance with those phases of life where you have to shed an entire skin and then be reborn, right? The serpens is what it's called. It's actually depicted as a lion-headed serpent. So it's this incredible mythical creature. It's not just an everyday snake, it's a lion-headed snake, which means it helps us to come into our boldness, into our royalty, into our leadership, shed the skins that have us not be in our sovereignty and our strength and our power, right? Everything that needs to move. And what's fun about Ophiuchus is that it's between Scorpio and Sag. And so that means that it's really fun and it's pretty epic. And it's full of sensuality and rebelliousness and openness and intensity, right? It's literally in the polarity of Sag Scorpio, whereas in all of the other signs, or the polarity is the opposite sign. There's like Ophiuchus is literally straddling the space between Scorpio and Sag and holding a serpent in its hands. It's very, very Britney Spears. Like literally her entire snake dance is Ophiuchus. She's a Scorpio actually, but there's a big piece of snake dancing is a big part of Hollywood and music, and there's a couple actual Ophiuchus sons, Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish being included, who have started incorporating, or who have for a while incorporated snakes into their music videos and into their art. And I believe that's because they represent this archetype of the shedding and the rebirth and the beauty in the dance. And that's so Chelsea. Like you literally have a background in dance. Both of your kids are incredible dancers, movers, and you're all about the photo shoots, the comeback, the being seen again after feeling like you died. Or like you wanted to die. Yeah. So what's it been like for you to tune into this truth, into this is your first time having a birthday very soon, with knowing that it's Ophiuchus season, and today is the start of true Ophiuchus season because the sun is finally out of the constellation of Scorpio. There's some crossover there where it's both Scorpio and Ophiuchus, which is magic. That's what's been going on during the new moon and the solar eclipse. We were in Scorpio Ophiuchus magic, and now we're in pure Ophiuchus for the next couple weeks.
Wow. Well, what you said about rebirth and just going through a big transition, I mean, that's a huge part of my story, my healing journey, the way that I support others. But I just, it's so profound to me to sit with that right now, because I literally feel like I'm going through another one right now. To the point that I feel like my voice, not my voice, but what I share, what I speak, is about to go through a transition. It's about to go through an upgrade, an up level. I've had so much clarity in the last couple of weeks, so many beautiful, incredible manifestations that have happened, but it's actually rocked me to my core, to the point that there's been for sure on Instagram, probably also here on Facebook, it's been days since I've written, because I'm just sitting in the newness of it. It literally feels like a rebirth, and how beautiful that it's happening right during the season. This is my birthday on Saturday, and it's just feels so profound and powerful and exciting, because even just having this conversation and talking about it, I feel like the energy is starting to rise in me, and the ability to finally put it into words. What I've just learned, what I've been experiencing, what I really am truly here to share. It's still all about the comeback. It's just, it's shifting, and it's very exciting. So more to come on that.
Oh my goodness, I can feel it. I can feel the magnitude. It feels like an energy build. It's almost like an upside down waterfall is how I'm experiencing you right now. It's like where all the energy is pooled at your base, and then it's going to come up and erupting out of your throat, out of your expression, out of your truth, and just out of your heart, and be seen by the world. Right? And I know for myself, I'm a brand strategist. I have been for 11 years, and I've been running my own sacred business for 4 years. I started off as a life and leadership coach, and then integrated my branding, and then learned astrology and lots of other spiritual modalities, and it's all just mixed together into this really magical work that I've been doing with Chelsea. And one of the key pieces is that she is so masterful at her healing. She has so many tools. I mean, this is the 26th episode of Multifaceted. This journey has been such a journey in you expressing yourself, showing the world your magic. And now it's time for the next level. Now it's time for that next level of truth, magnetism, information. And I'm so excited. I'm excited to receive it. I'm excited to witness it. I'm excited for other people to receive it. I know that Chelsea and I, we've been working very closely together and trading services over the past 6 months. And it's just been the most harmonious and beautiful experience that I wish for any woman or any set of friends and collaborators and leaders to have. And I can just feel it propelling, and I'm so, so excited for what's to come. Yeah.
Feels big.
It's very big. Do you want to talk about 26 episodes, what it's been like to go live every day? Because that feels like a big part of what's also shifting too.
Well, how cool is that? This is literally the 6-month mark from when it all began. And to be able to do this with you, because yeah, it was, so when we first met and we first started really sharing our work and really connecting and just realizing what a powerful sisterhood and friendship and relationship that this is, and the way that our work amplifies, you know, probably about 6 months ago or just prior to that, I was kind of floundering in just that it felt like there was so much. You know, sometimes it feels like there's too much and it's really hard to make sense of it, but Sanja said the word multifaceted and it just brought it all together. You know, how beautiful that visual of a diamond and all of the facets and how beautiful it is, and that it's made under pressure, and that there's just so many different angles and ways to look at it. And it just really, it was like everything lined up and it made so much sense. And I had been really desiring to be able to speak weekly and to have a series or a show, and so it turned into this, and it really has allowed me over the last 26 weeks to just express and to really have it be flowing. I did create a year-long content calendar for this because there was that much that I wanted to talk about, but it's shifted. Some months I've changed it up. We didn't plan on doing this until last week, but it's just because of all of these new collaborations and adventures, Lucky Witch being one of them, how beautiful and perfect was it for us to have this conversation together, and to be able to just really expand on the conversation of the work that we're doing, both individually and collectively, and how beautiful it is to be in collaboration with sisters who are just doing incredible work in the world. I'm just so grateful for the friendship and for your wisdom.
It's so beautiful. I wish you all could see just the radiance in Chelsea's eyes right now. She has the Ophiuchus sun coming
right
in.
on my face.
It's on her face. It's beautiful. And I honestly feel like there's it's so beautiful to be here at the 6-month mark in Eclipse season again, reflecting on this beautiful journey of sharing yourself and really exposing your multifaceted nature. And I think so many of us have that within us, especially those of us that are manifesting generators, which is a part of what I talk about is human design and the cosmos together. And if you're a manifesting generator, you know anything about human design, manifesting generators are born to be multifaceted. We are multi-passionate, multi-masterful beings, right? That term master of none does not apply. It's master of many for manifesting generator types. And it's been so beautiful to witness all of your different facets. What has been, now that you've been doing this for 6 months, like what is the topic that you feel has been the most important topic you've spoken to, or what have you noticed around your own expression and truth?
Well, and also just to answer that, it's more of what I'm coming into. It's this feminine energetics. Energetics has been my love and my passion since before early 2020, but that was when it really crystallized and I really understood that this was something that I wanted to dive into. But it's also just really acknowledging our feminine experience of energetics. This is really, here's a spoiler, this is what I'm going to be starting to speak on more and more. And it's really just trying to capture it and understand it and be able to speak it. And we shared this. We did an episode last week. I think that was last week, or was it 2 weeks ago in Lucky Witch? And we talked about this feeling of needing to know, this feeling of needing to understand, but this realization that from this experience of feminine energetics, it does not come from our brains, it does not come from our heads, but there's a fear in losing that, or in letting go of that, because that's where most of us have survived for so long, is just really being in our heads. And so that experience of just really dropping into our hearts and trusting that we're going to be able to not only survive, but that we're going to be able to thrive and expand and to speak on an even deeper level and to share in that way, that's been the thread. That's been the common thread, and that's going to just continue to weave into something really beautiful that's emerging right now, where I felt a little bit like I don't know how to express it, but it's on its way.
Oh my gosh, you're so eloquent. It's so beautiful. I've been tuning into some of your past episodes and your story, like even just the way that you write, like you are that hidden gem, and as soon as people find you, you're literally like finding like a diamond. You're like a diamond source. And it's like, oh, let's go mining. Let's go watch all of these episodes. Let's go. Like, I highly recommend for anyone listening to this, whether it's on my podcast or here live with us or the replay, to go and check out Chelsea's Instagram page. The links will be below, or those of you that are already here, you know how to find it. Her Instagram, her Facebook, this Multifaceted series that's all on her YouTube channel. It's just a diamond mine of beauty and authenticity and truth and storytelling and realness. That's what I love so much about you, is you showed up every day in your realness. You're like, hey, today I was doing this with my daughter. Today I was doing this with my business. Today I had this realization with myself. Like, you're just so real and vulnerable and honest, and that's what made me decide to work with you. Like, that was the core decision point, was that you're so real, you're so honest and true. And I mean, everyone's doing it now. Everyone's being authentic and sharing themselves, which is so beautiful to witness. But I think that to be in discomfort, to actively choose to push beyond your boundaries, to actively choose to shed your skin and become more authentically you, is what you've really actively taken on. And it's been really awesome to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So beautiful.
Just a love fest. It's a love fest over. If anyone wants to join us in Lucky Witch, it's a love fest. It's a sisterhood. This is what it feels like. And we're hosting the next Ophiuchus initiation tomorrow, December 7th, together. And for those of you that are listening to this after December 7th, it's okay. You can still join us. The individual Ophiuchus initiation is available for purchase, and you can also join us for the entire Lucky Witch live broadcast that's happening until the end of January. I actually just recently decided, this is the first place I'm announcing it, that I will be doing one additional business magic masterclass myself, and sharing all of the brand and business magic that I have personally collected and processed and rebirthed myself through in the last 11 years, and sharing it with everybody on January 11th. And then on the 31st is a new moon, January 31st. So we're going to have a special new moon ceremony to end our Lucky Witch container. So we still have 2 more months of live initiations, Q&A calls. We're going to have live coaching, hot seat coaching, and Q&A support with all of our leaders, including Chelsea and myself. So join us if you'd like to be there. The link is below in the comments or below in the show notes, wherever you're looking at this, or you can go to sanjarose.com and you'll be able to see it right there, or sanjarose.com/lucky-witch.
Beautiful.
Our magical coven is here to support you. What's next, Chelsea?
Well, I just want to add one other thing, and I think then I've said everything that I'd like to say today, but just one other thing that's happening tomorrow. And again, this is under the theme of weaving that we've talked about, the theme of master healer, the theme of energetics. The other thing that we're going to be sharing about and actually experiencing tomorrow is energy weaving, which is something that I've talked about. I don't know if I've really ever had to need to do an episode on Multifaceted on energy weaving, because I don't think I've ever really done that here. I speak a lot about it on Instagram, and I even have some demos on there, but we are going to be within our group experiencing energy weaving tomorrow, part of our Ophiuchus initiation. So I'm just so excited. I just wanted to share that and mention it because it's such a beautiful way of combining dance and breath work and energetics. And for me, it's just been so instrumental at keeping myself grounded and in flow and helping to support me through those, challenging moments where it really does feel like, which way is up sometimes, especially more in the last couple of years. So we're going to be talking about that and sharing in detail what that's all about, how it works. Actually, our previous episode was a little bit more of a tutorial on it, and tomorrow will be an actual experience of it. So I'm so thrilled. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. So just one more reason to join us.
Oh my gosh, I'm the most excited about this. I've been waiting for this for weeks since you first told me about energy weaving. I literally imagine it like this sacred space spider web that we're all dancing on and just adding energy and love to, and you can all dip into it and receive from it and add to it, and it's just going to be this cosmic way to dance through that rebirth, to dance into our rebellious, joyful, artful, authentic expression, which is what Ophiuchus season is here to teach us, is to teach us how to masterfully heal by being ourselves, by actually shedding away every single skin that doesn't feel like it's us anymore, and dancing and energy dancing and weaving energy with this beautiful Chandara energy weaving that you've learned. I'm so, so, so excited. That's going to be, it's just going to be epic. And I mean, I tried to get a snake involved. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that off, but who knows? Like, magic is possible. Miracles happen all the time. It's the 8th day of Hanukkah. If we want to dance with snakes tomorrow, we will, but we don't need physical snakes in order to shed that skin. And I'm so, so excited for this masterful integration of really the multifaceted beauty that is your work, that is my work, that is our work together. And then when we come together in this sisterhood, all of the other lucky witches in the group, they have their energy, and we all come together, and it really becomes this tapestry, this weaving of like cosmic feminine power, Shakti, right? I can't wait. I literally can't wait to do it here tomorrow with our, it's going to be, who knows what we're going to be wearing? That's the big question that's in our,
what are you wearing?
Okay. Should we talk about what we're wearing? Because I think it's kind of fun. I think this is part of it.
Yeah.
So it was 2 weeks ago that we did the Scorpio initiation. And the first time that and that day was also the first time that I had curled my hair in over like a year and a half. Because I literally, especially with the lockdowns and everything, I just stopped really feeling like I needed to get dressed up, or like I needed to get done up, or I needed to make myself even feel or look beautiful. And then I was like, it's Scorpio season. It's time to be saucy, sexy, spicy, curly. Curl my hair. I'm like, put your hands in my hair. And just that energy of curling your hair and putting a little bit of bronzer on and getting in front of the camera and letting yourself be expressed and letting your magic flow. That's what you helped me realize was so important. And that's what I love so much about your photography and photo shoot work with your dream team. Like, it's just so brilliant being able to express yourself and your radiance and your beauty as a woman. And that just feels like part of it too tomorrow. We're just going to be radiant goddesses dancing in the air.
Absolutely. Absolutely. in the air.
Well, I say in the air because, I don't know, I guess when I think about a ficus in space, it's like up in the air in the heavens. But I mean, my condo is also like, I'm not on the ground, we're also in the air in the condo that I'm in. So it's like, we're in the air.
We're elevated.
We're elevated. We're keeping it high.
Oh my gosh. I love you so much.
So, oh my goodness. Is there anything else that you want to share about just like the multifaceted dance of self-expression and of ficus master healing energy?
I am reminded of this over and over again, even though we forget it over and over and over again, is that everything that's happening right now, no matter how crazy it feels, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, through this whole rebirth that I've just gone through, this period of time where I just feel like I've lost my voice and lost my ability to express, it's perfect because it's part of this transition, it's part of where we're going, and it really is, I think, so beautiful to remind ourselves of that and to just really settle in to that and trust the process and to let go of resisting it and fighting against it, because that just prolongs that feeling of really being stuck. So to really tap into the flow and to really just hop back into the current that is just pulling us along, even though sometimes it can be overwhelming and it can be just feel like a lot.
A whirlpool.
You know, yeah. So, but it really is, I trust. Drop back into your heart and trust. So that's I think the big message that I really needed to remember today, and that probably a lot of us need to hear.
I love that. It's a full circle come back into your heart, into your body. Trust this life, trust this moment, trust yourself, trust magic, trust sisterhood. Trust that whatever is coming through you and being expressed through you is perfect right now and in the future. You can't get it wrong. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. Thank you for that reminder. Oh, my heart just feels, my heart feels peaceful and ready to create more. And I'm so grateful we got to have this conversation. I'd love to know what everyone got from this conversation. Let us know in the comments below or DM us on, I prefer Instagram, so you can find me at Sanja, Sanja. You can find Chelsea at Chelsea Friedrich. Is it Friedrich or Frederick?
It's Chelsea dot Frederick.
Chelsea dot Frederick.
Don't forget the dot.
Chelsea dot Frederick.
Even though I probably have a bunch of old Instagram accounts lying around.
That'd be fun to find.
Oh dear.
I want to do a whole art project about ancient Instagram. Look at me, look at my first Instagram post. My first Instagram post was actually latte art, and it wasn't typical latte art. It was an Earl Grey tea latte, and some woman somehow managed to make latte art. It was so faint, but I was like, wow. This is what life is about. I haven't gotten latte art in a while, and I want to go get some now.
Oh yeah, I gotta check that out. Sounds amazing.
Right? So good.
Well, how beautiful. Thank you so much for being here with me and hosting me here, and just it's been such a pleasure, and it's always just wonderful to spend time with you. And also I'm just so grateful for the sun that has just been kind of like our third co-host. Now it's on you.
Yes. Yeah, the ficus sun has been our co-host, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to know you and to love you and to be led and healed with you. You really are a multifaceted, masterful healer. You're an angelic channel. You're a sexy, hot mama, and I can't wait for the world to see more of you. And I'm so excited for tomorrow's Ophiuchus initiation. Join us in Lucky Witch. If you're listening to this, you can still use our discount codes. I did a sale back on Cyber Monday, but I don't like the term Cyber Monday, so I called it Magic Moon Day. And the sale is on my Instagram, and if you go to those discount codes, you can still use them. So if you're a lucky witch and you want to be lucky, you can go and use those discount codes if you're listening to this. But otherwise, pay the full price and join us.
Yes. So excited for tomorrow. I can't wait to see you again there. If you want to see us, you got to join. So much love to all of you watching and to you.
Yay.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much.